Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are having the online workshop on Do and Learn, Elevate with AgriGPT and Generative AI, an exclusive edition special feature for dairy stakeholders. And we have with us the speaker of the day, Mr. Anil Mishra. And this is under the aegis of, organized under the aegis of Agro and Food Processing Expert Committee, where we have Mr. Ankur Bhaumik as the COO from MTR Foods. And we have Mr. Prakash, who's the technical, as the co-chair, who's the technical director for change, and Mr. Jagadeesh Sunkad, the director for Kanakadhara Agricultural Innovations, who is also the co-chair of the expert committee. And we have with us Mr. Narasimha Nakshatri, who is the mentor and former pro vice chancellor of BEST University. We thank our annual BCIC sponsors. Which enables us to conduct all the sessions wherein we have Bueller, Continental, Fundamax, IAMPL, MTR, Ramaya Institute of Management, SDM IMD, Sona Group of Institutions, TVS, as well as Vishwas Group. We thank all our sponsors. And the agenda for the day would go something like this, wherein we have the introduction to the speaker and the welcome by Dr. Jagadeesh Sunkad, and then we have the setting of the context, which would be done by Mr. Ankur Bhaumik, and then we'll have the session by Mr. Anil Mishra. Post the session, we'll have the question and answers. The summing up of the session would be done by Mr. Prakash, and then we have the vote of thanks by Mr. Narasimha Nakshatri. Over to you, Mr. Jagadeesh.
Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you, Chairman and Co-Chairman and others. Today happens to be Vasanta Panchami. We are supposed to pray to Goddess Saraswati, and we are going to be discussing artificial intelligence. Sounds like an irony, but truly we should be using this new tool. To kind of be ignorant of it is not the way of the day. You try and learn new things. I really appreciate all of you who have taken all the time for the next 1 hour to be with us. We would like this to be an interactive session. Really, we are honored to have Anil here, primarily because I know him more to be an adventurer than a software techie, like they call in Bangalore. He's worked extensively in the dairy sector, for the dairy farmers, for the small farmers. But more important, what I know him for is really being a biker who's traveled across the country. And that's how he knows rural India, across states, across regions, across languages. And very few startups, he has done 2 startups, where the founder really went to the ground, spoke to the people, understood the problems, and developed solutions for them. Now that he's working on GPT, I thought there's no other better person to bridge across the most modern world and the most traditional world where digital technology is yet to touch. Thank you, Anil, for being with us. Look forward to hear from you. Ankur, sir, please.
Yeah, so thank you, Dr. Sunkad, and thank you, the Secretariat here for organizing this, and to co-chair, our mentor, and Anil, you used to be here, and all entire audience who are there listening to us online. I think before I start about every time, the moment I was told that the session is going to be on ChatGPT and generative AI, I said the whole world is now started, and how come in agriculture we are taking so much of advancement and started talking about ChatGPT now, AgriGPT or generative AI, because today agriculture still looked upon as a least productive sector today. And most of the time, I always have a different take. When I hear agriculture sector, we need to take care because 42% people engaged, employed out there, giving us 14% of GDP. And I see there is a problem. The problem is it's not about 42% giving 14%, and therefore we are already looking at 42% people are employed out there. What I say, don't look at 42% giving 14%. Can we really look at that sector becoming more productive? And what are the ways we can make sectors more productive? And to make the sectors more productive is all about end of the day per acreage that you have, what kind of money that you generate. Can we double farmers' income that we talk about, and how we do that? There are different ways we need to look at. I'm sure there are traditional ways we have to look at, but today, digital, the way it is traversing every area, it has to come to agriculture, because agriculture is one area, I think, for all of us, we need to embrace the technology. Because today, I don't think the farmers, with the smartphone coming in, it's not the farmers that we used to see 20 years back. Today, I'm sure that you go there and you see a different sort of farmers who can really, interface with technology. And the new, and therefore we have to really get into this, to see that how technology can help. I really, to be very honest, do not know whether ChatGPT and AI we can, take that kind of approach to really. I think somebody should go on mute. Can really take us to the level that we want. That's what we would like to hear from you, Anil. And that's what we were talking about. If Dr. Kurian was, the father of dairy industry or white revolution, we really would like to see that this ChatGPT generative AI is the next revolution to the dairy industry. And we'd like to more hear from you, and not taking any time to say that what all that you are doing in that area, which end of the day, anything we do, I always say it's not about fancy words about ChatGPT or generative AI. Everything has to give money. If the money is the most important thing. So if we are doing something, end of the day, if you are doing something for the farmers, if you are doing something for dairy industry as a whole, entire ecosystem, we really need to see how it creates value. And that's what we'd like to hear from you. And over to you, Anil.
Sure. Thank you, Ankur ji, Jagadeesh ji. The way you guys have started, it has made my work easy. Good afternoon, namaste, namaskar to everyone. So my name is Anil Mishra. I have built two businesses in the dairy industry of India. And these businesses were solving pain points at a very ground level. My first business was solving pain point of the dairy farmers, on how they can manage their herd, and raise towards profitability. As Jagadeesh said, that being a software techie, but now I believe I have been into this industry for almost a decade, and I relate more from the problems of the dairy and agriculture industry. So I have digitized more than 25,000 dairy farmers with the first business, and they were using data efficiently to manage their herd. And data, as we all talk about, it's really important. It can help you optimize a lot of activity. It can help you save your time. Now, in the second business, that is what we were doing. That once we solved the problem of the farmers, and that's been working and scalable, we use the same information and help other stakeholders of the industry, the procurement companies, the healthcare and the feed companies, how they can, the healthcare and feed company had a challenge of how they can have a deep rural penetration of their products, which are more quality products, and farmers were not aware. The procurement companies and all the procurement companies, not just milk, always have this pain point of optimizing their procurement, especially logistics. So how they can help themselves. And this is more on the agriculture side, but coming from a background where I built a startup from scratch, one was a bootstrap organization and another was fully funded. I have my role always been interacting with several CXOs and what they are looking for on a day-to-day basis. So generally there are two questions: what and how. What we want to do and how we can do it. And this is where we invest a lot of time, and then we require a lot of information. Now, to all the bootstrap entrepreneurs, we will not have a good amount of fund, but we need to take a lot of responsibilities. Now, in last 1 year, this generative AI has boomed across the world. and I'm sure that we all have used it, to some extent. So I am here just to channelize your learning. You all would have used it. I am using it on a day-to-day basis, and I want to share it with everyone that how we can use this generative AI in a more efficient way. And then I'll also move forward that how it can also be used by the agriculture enthusiast. So we have a new product called AgriGPT, and it's not been launched yet. But I will take a use case on the dairy, coming from a dairy background. But I'm sure that other businesses will also be able to relate the potential of this generative AI. So before we go to generative AI or artificial intelligence, I find that artificial has no meaning. It's actually intelligence. Let's keep it very simple, right? We've been working on a sector, for years to years. We have built an intelligence, right? We all been like part of agriculture sector. You have worked on dairy. You have built an intelligence over the years. So how I would like to define intelligence is experience with respect to time. Everyone, I don't know, will relate to it. Our intelligence grows every year, in the same profession, in the same work. You would say that last year my intelligence was not up to that level where I am now. Right? And this is what if systems, computers can do it. We just have coined the word artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is the word that coined in 1956 by Alan M. But I find it that let's not call it artificial, let's just call it intelligence. Now, how this intelligence helps? Right? See, the kind of experience we build in years, but the next new coming generations, how they can use it in a much more faster way. Right? The world is moving faster. The new generation love to move faster. And this is what the intelligence can do. We have a lot of use cases around us. Fast tag, using RFID technique, identifying the waves on the windshield and then identifying that what the toll should be. UPI, one of the most prestigious technology of our country, has a lot of intelligence on fraud detection, and that is why it is secure and it has scale. Right now, coming to our topic, which is generative AI. So generative intelligence, as the term itself says, it generates the content. What we want. You have an aspiration to get a story. That what system generative AI technologies can do. You have an aspiration to get an image, that what generative AI technology can do. You have an aspiration to get a business strategy, that the technology will be able to do. So, what we'll do today is we will run some use cases, right? And then you'll be able to relate. Yeah. So, what I'll do is I will quickly share my screen.
So to the audience, if any of you can access the system, please also log into OpenAI. You could parallelly run your queries and get an experience of what's being done here.
So, first I'm moving to, we all always required, some content about us. Maybe, one of my friend, I'll take an example of one of my friend, he runs a business in the agriculture sector, and he's always been asked for the introductions, right? By a few other media pages, when he's applying a few startup programs, there's always, they ask for introduction. And now, what happens is that everyone will have a different format. Right? Someone will ask that give us a 50-word introduction. Someone will ask, okay, give us in 15 word. Someone will ask that give us an introduction in 200 words. Okay, so the question remains that how, when you go and have to write something about yourself in 15 word or 50 word, you will invest some time. And imagine if you are actually participating in such 50, 100 programs, then every time you have to invest your time there, right? That's a good time to invest, but can we save that time? Right. So if I have to go and ask, that. So the friend name is like what, Rajesh Patel. So if I go and ask, ChatGPT, you all have used ChatGPT. So you go and quickly query, who is Rajesh Patel? Sorry. So it says that I do not have any information. How do you manage it? I will also quickly go and query now, like about myself, who is Anil Mishra. So it doesn't know, right? Now I have a trained system. Now in ChatGPT, we all know how to query it, but we don't know how to train it, right? So if I have to go and say query it here, who is Anil Mishra? The system has some kind of response. And so we will have to invest some time on reading it quickly. So it says, I have been a background in entrepreneurship, and it says I have built two systems called FarmTree and Nitara. Now, if you also want to, have your own system on ChatGPT, how you can do that? Very, very simple. In all the intelligence, the factor is this: how the system behaves is how you train the system, right? Now, when I call on training the system, it becomes a very techies job. It's not very easy. But with generative AI, it becomes very easy. So maybe whatever you have, you can write a paragraph on yourself, or whatever content you have on yourself. So for our demonstration, I have made a content on Rajesh Patel. Right. What is his business, where he is educated, like a LinkedIn profile. You can extract it from a LinkedIn profile. And you can just go and paste it here. Now, once this has been done, the system is getting trained. Right. Now, Rajesh Patel can relax. Right. So if there's a program where he says, okay, give me an introduction about yourself in 15 words, he just have to come on. So two sections which I want to share with you in the ChatGPT system is, the first is your archive section, right, where you can actually train your systems. Right. So every time you are building, different topics, you have to keep it here. So don't message like now. This is a section for Rajesh Patel. I will always make sure I will not ask any other questions here. I will not ask any question on dairy. I will not ask any question on Anil Mishra. I'll keep the sanctity here for Rajesh Patel. Tomorrow, if I want to add more information on Rajesh Patel, I can add it here. But now let's see the magic on how it works. So write a 15-word title for Rajesh Patel. We'll also ask, give me 3 options. So someone said, Rajesh Patel, okay, give us a quick title for yourself. So you have the options. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Not. Is it visible? Yeah.
Shall I zoom it
On the screen.
Yeah, I think you should zoom
Okay.
it.
Okay. It's okay. Now it's fine.
No. Much better.
Yeah.
So see, now when I first asked, who is Rajesh Patel, ChatGPT did not have any answer. But now I have trained a section, and in that section, Rajesh Patel is all set. Now, if you can ask him the same way, another basic, right, 100-word introduction, right, 100-word introduction on Rajesh Patel, and then I can also say, focus more on his startup journey. So it generates content, and he does not have to worry. So maybe for the first 3-4 times he will review it, but once Rajesh has this confidence, he'll just quickly copy it and send it to you.
So the multiple Rajesh Peters are left.
You can create, or
You can create your own.
create for you. Yeah,
So next time, maybe Jagadeesh, if you want to create, you just have to create your one page at one time, load it, and then the system will work. What more we can do? Now, this is one of the use case. Now I've trained, one of the instance of Rajesh Patel. So now Rajesh Patel is into a business of agrotech solutions, and now he needs to connect to, let's say, Ankur sir. So he needs to write an email. Now he has to think of that, what language should I use? How much formal I should be? I should give a very good introduction about, what my business is, what my background is. So can you guess that how much effort will it take to write an email if you go manually?
For me, it's at least an hour or two.
Yeah, it takes 2 to 3 hours minimum.
Okay.
Maybe more than that.
Okay.
First time.
Okay. So then let's invest an hour on writing the email. So write email to Ankur on behalf of Rajesh Patel. Include the following. If detailed production oh, sorry. First, we should ask the courtesy message. How the city's health being. Then predicted Rajesh Patel. 3. Brief the business. Ask for a meeting sometime this month.
So easy, huh? Everything is easy.
It's got one page.
So see, it has given everything. I'll just quickly read it.
Yeah,
I hope this email
please.
finds you well and thriving. How have you been? I trust that your health and well-being are in a good state amidst the ongoing hustle and bustle. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Rajesh Patel, founder of AgroTech Solution, a startup dedicated to revolutionizing agriculture through innovative technology, empowering farmers across India. Our journey has been one filled with passion, commitment, and steadfast belief in the power of innovation and effective, positive change in the life of others. This is where his introduction. Then we asked.
He's on train.
Then I asked that, okay, also introduced about business. So he said a good paragraph. AgroTech Solution was born out of a deep-rooted desire to address the challenge faced by the farmers, particularly in rural areas. We recognize the need for accessible real-time information on weather patterns, market trends, best agriculture practices. Hence, we developed a user-friendly mobile application that serves as a comprehensive resource for farmers, empowering them to make informed decision optimize. So I just have to copy now, and I will. It will take more time for Ankurji to read it than for me to write it.
No, I don't know. Even if somebody spent 2 hours, they would come up with this.
All grammatical mistake, nothing, everything is perfectly done. Yes.
So now because I have very good relation with Ankurji, I would also like to save his time. So this is like a 300-word email. I can just quickly, based on this, I can just ask, okay, write this in 100 words. Write the content in 100 words. So you will get a shorter version of the email as well.
That's great.
So saving some time for Ankurji as well.
Yeah, this is a very good point because 300 probably people software will not read only.
Yeah, exactly. So here my key message, key learning to everyone is this part, prompt. Right, this is called prompt. How accurate your prompt is, the intelligence behind the
I don't
system.
know, where is the prompt?
This one, message ChatGPT.
That is
This one.
the box.
So you
Where
have
the
to,
cursor is
the
blinking.
way you can define it, as clear message of what you want, it will give an instruction. Yeah, I would have just write an email to Ankurji on behalf of Rajesh Patel. Then also it will write an email. Right, but then we have not provided the information of what is the context. Right, but here we defined 4 contexts. Ask about how's the health well-being. Introduce myself as the first meeting. About the company, what we are doing, and then ask in that meeting.
So really now this is a new thing we have to learn, prompt engineering.
It's a prompt engineering, and to be very honest, it's
Keyword,
more than
keywords.
learning. It's about experience. So once you would have experienced this, you will realize, okay, now I have to give some better instruction, and then based on that, I will get
Better response.
So let me share a background story on Rajesh Patel. Rajesh Patel is a dummy character, which I have prepared for this event. So first I prompted my system to ChatGPT itself that write a dummy story on an entrepreneur. Then he said, it gave me some story on Michael who's living somewhere in Oxford. And I said, okay, this is where my audience will not be able to relate to. So now I started adding more information. It should be an Indian guy, the business should be an agri-tech field or agriculture field. So that's why I created the story. The whole story which we have is also what been created by ChatGPT.
How does Rajesh Patel become unique in this case? There can be many
Yes,
Rajesh Patel. Huh?
So that's what we did. We trained. So Rajesh Patel is a name, right? So if you go on and you can create your information and then keep it here. Keep on that section with your name. So it is only taking that subset. It's not going to the entire ChatGPT and looking into Rajesh Patel. That's your data. That's your information, which is getting trained.
So this information from the LinkedIn and Facebook and all those details are available.
You can extract it. That's a one-time effort to just get your one-pager information that
you have to put it to the archive.
absolutely.
Okay, then I think automatically you can
copy and paste it, and then system will be
okay.
ready for you to work. So next time, I guess you guys don't have to worry about writing emails.
Not even emails.
Any drafting and writing? Any other use case?
So now we have done with our own self-introduction. Rajesh Patel, we have taken as a use case. Now let's talk about a product. I'm launching a new product. Right? I want everything. Branding strategy, marketing strategy, how I can look for sales. I want to work on everything. Now the first way is I bring in a lot of resources, content writer, brand strategies, how this will work. And I have to listen to their ideas, and then think of, what will work best. End of the day, we are the decision makers. But can we do our own preliminary homework on that? So we'll take another use case. I've created another dummy product from the FMCG sector. So it's a health drink. I will just, again, same way, copy it, right? New chat, I will paste it here. So information which it has is about the product description, ingredients, few of the key features, right? And I will just go and train the system. It's been very clean, the data kept very clean. Even if you don't keep your data clean, you can still prompt that and train that system. But the virtue of getting a clean, structured data is that your system will understand them. So I will kickstart with first question to the system, and then will ask maybe if you want to ask some question. So I will ask what should be the brand slogan. Give me 5 options. So you have first 5 options.
I'll stop thinking.
You know, he's consultant's job.
Mobile company, they stopped memorizing phone numbers.
Absolutely.
So like that also it will happen now.
Yeah. We'll forget English also.
English will orbit on you.
Okay.
I want to
Nice.
customize this. I am not happy with any of the slogan because I said it's a healthy drink. And I don't see any health word there apart from number 3. So I will say, okay, what should be the brand slogan? Give me 5 options.
Come down.
No, that also I can write that also. Focus on the word health. So now you have all health related options. And you can have 5, you can ask 50 options. It will keep on creating.
You mentioned strategy, please. I'm really waiting to see if artificial intelligence can draft a strategy.
It will. You have to keep patient, sir. We are going there. So first we have moved to the slogan. Now, this is in English. My product I want in India, right? I want to launch my product in Gujarat, let's say. Right, I have to give that message.
Not Gujarat, in Karnataka.
Okay, let's say Karnataka.
Bangalore, yes.
Okay. Focus on word health. I have to give that information. I want to launch my
Product in Karnataka, Bangalore.
Karnataka.
Bangalore. Okay.
But let's see if it takes any local flavor slogan.
Kannada ಬಂತಲ್ಲ.
All in Kannada.
Now we have to read it.
The health bull sparkle Vita is for us who can't read Kannada, there's also in English.
ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಹೊಳೆ.
ಹೊಸ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ
ಚಿಮ್ಮು.
ವಿಟಾಫಿಸ್.
ಸ್ವಾಸ್ಥ್ಯದ ಹಾರುತ್ತಿದೆ ವಿಟಾಫೀಸ್. ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಹರಿಯುತ್ತಿದೆ ವಿಟಾಫೀಸ್. ಸುಸ್ತಾಗಿ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವನ್ನು ಸಂರಕ್ಷಿಸಿ ವಿಟಾಫೀಸ್. ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ವಿಟಮಿನ್ಗಳ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಪರಿಚಯ ವಿಟಾಫೀಸ್. Kannada speaking audience in Karnataka in India. Okay, these slogans integrate the essence of health.
Kannada thing, no, actually.
Good, super.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ?
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.
But for us to even like think in this way, it takes time for us.
Correct.
Exactly. So, but getting amazing.
Good.
So now
I wanted to check whether it is real Kannada or not. That's why I went.
okay. So shall we check in Japan also?
I don't know to read.
So now let's go back. Okay, we did only one part of the marketing strategies. We said what should be the liner, what should be the slogan. Let's ask what should be the operation strategy in Karnataka.
Operation strategy for launching or operation.
For launching.
Yeah.
Launching assistance.
Yes.
Launching data fields.
Launching Vitafis.
Pricing strategy.
No, launching. First, let's launch.
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮುಗ್ದೋಯ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಅದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಹಂಗೆ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಿ
Right now. Have 200 events in 1 year.
So
So that you have to give.
suggesting market research. Oh, it's too fast.
So it has now given you a step by step on what all things you should
My
look
God.
into. Market research, distribution network, localized marketing and promotion, retail placement, strategic partnership, quality assurance, customer feedback, community engagement. Now, this is very much theoretical.
Yes.
Right. There's a plus point still here. We coming with a lot of experience are able to relate to it. Right. But imagine there's a new entrepreneur starting it. We will not be able to relate that what should be the linear strategy where I should focus on, and what maybe I'm doing and I'm still missing. So the system will help in that way. But because there is the gap of ChatGPT is it has not connected the local level information. Right? And what we have given information is only about what our product is. The system, the ChatGPT system does not know what Karnataka is, what that area is, what is the what is the local culture, where are the people. So system does not have that idea. Now that's where we are starting with a system with a tool called AgriGPT. Right. AgriGPT is focusing on a global agriculture-led generative AI market intelligence tool, right? Where all these things can also be queried on AgriGPT, and it will give you information based on the information which the system has. So what my agenda today is that it's a beta version of AgriGPT, where we'll run a few use cases and see how system responds. The disclaimer: the system is not yet ready, so I hope that it will still go by everyone's expectation. But before that, before we move to the AgriGPT, I will keep open for all the questions. If anyone has questions, I can quickly.
Okay, one question, please.
Yes.
Sorry. Look, I know the FSI laws in Karnataka for food.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand the HACCP regulations requirement for food sector for Karnataka.
Yeah.
Can I put that as a part of the archive or the training data?
Yes.
Such that when I query on launching BetaFizz,
yeah,
it will lead from that and say in this part, right now it doesn't have regulatory compliance. Would it fetch it?
It will fetch it. Only thing is the broader the use cases, the smarter the training should be. Right. Here, the training is only about, if you see,
it's only about BetaFizz.
See 3 to 4 paragraphs. But once we have to do such complex, like look into regulatory compliance, look into the demographics, everything, then it has to be trained in a different way. That's where, even the AgriGPT is also focusing on that to connect policies to local data, to global data, and then come up with the output which the users are looking for.
Let's say I have data from whatever industry sector that I know, say from Swiggy, Zomato, etc., that there are so many young population in say Koramangala area,
yeah,
with certain disposable income.
Yeah.
And I'm saying which parts of Bangalore do I need to focus? It will patch up Indiranagar data, Koramangala data,
absolutely,
Rajajanagar data, and give me a profile. Is that
yes
to the extent to which I can train GPT?
Yes, exactly. Generative AI or GPTs can do it. This current solution provided by ChatGPT as a solution will not be able to do it, but there are generative AI tools which can do it.
Please, let's continue.
Yeah.
Eager to know what we can get done.
Somebody else got any questions? Please.
Are there any questions?
There is Satya has got one question.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. Mr. Satya?
Hey, hi. Thank you so much, Anil, for sharing this. What is the source of the data which we are generating here? For example, the Google, if you take it up, there has been stored data in the servers. From there, we are fetching it. And here, where is the source for it?
In the current use case, Satya?
Yes, yes. Now, what are the questions we are asking you? What are the examples you have shared till now? So where is the source for the ChatGPT? Is there in a server stored all this information? From there, it is as per the question it is fetching, or it's generating itself?
So just because you mentioned Google, what happens is Google crawls across the World Wide Web and keep all the information in an index form. So when you search it, you see the search is very fast, but then it can give you only search. It will not
Yes.
generate anything for you.
Yes.
The power of generative AI, which OpenAI have done it, they also crawled across the web, but they have kept in a node form, right? Where it also, and then they have added this to build or generate the information. So their information is getting stored in their server, Satya. And
Okay.
but the source, when you ask about the source, like we took the product Vita Fizz or Rajesh Patel, the source is something which we uploaded first, and the system in the backend has transformed the data the way they have the format and would have kept the data in their server. And then they are running, whatever we're asking, they're running their system on that and generating information the way we want.
Okay. And my another question is Rajesh Patel's the case what you have taken. Once we have given this details, is that been secured? Anybody can access this after that, or
No,
it has been?
this is totally to your account.
Okay.
So you can create your own account in OpenAI, and as I said, open a section here where you can keep it as name is as Satya. You can keep your details there, and you can generate your content the way you want to.
Related to it.
So
If anybody asks about the Rajesh Patel, system will not, it will not show anything there.
So I will open up a.
Just say, who are the friends of Rajesh Patel?
No, if I'm opening a new chart and I'm asking that who is Rajesh Patel, it won't answer. It's only for your.
Okay. This is not our.
You can generate by yourself. That's why in the initially I've shown. I also asked who is Anil Mishra. The system did not recognize. But the people who will have their Wikipedia account, because that is what is public. Then it will. If you ask who is Narendra Modi, then the system will answer for sure.
So, but not like LinkedIn, who are on LinkedIn or
no. LinkedIn is private network.
Private, so they'll not pick.
So it will not pick up from there.
No. Unless someone makes LinkedIn GPT, then it will.
So once what the point that you talked about Google and ChatGPT, I tried to do. I first did a Google search. I wanted to see a place, the review of the place. I went there, as you said, it's given me 5-10 search, and he said you go and check yourself. Then the same thing I did in ChatGPT. ChatGPT actually given me the same thing of those top 10 places. It took it and it had given me some report out of those 10 only.
Absolutely. In ChatGPT, see, as a ChatGPT and Google has only.
So the source is same.
Source is same. Only in ChatGPT, you have an additional power to customize the content the way you want it. You can ask it. You can ask it in a pointer form. You can ask that give me in a tabular form. So it will generate the content.
How does it prepare a project report or marketing strategy? And it gives a report,
Yes. So we have to train the system. So we will do a use case on that, on generating a project report on AgriGPT.
Okay. I think we can do this time also into.
Sure.
Get bad. My son came. He said that I want to spend 2 days in Basamudi. That was his question in ChatGPT. It gave me for full 2 days in Basamudi. It gave picture of places to see.
So before I start, and my use case will be to AgriGPT. Maybe I want to set up something related to dairy in Karnataka, and then I also want to look into that where I can sell when it comes to not in India but also in the global market if I can export also.
Okay.
So before we move to AgriGPT, which is a very private form of a GPT version which I am building, I want to test the same thing first with ChatGPT. If ChatGPT can answer that, then maybe there was no need of having AgriGPT. So first, if I'm thinking if I need to invest in Karnataka or not with respect to dairy. So my first question to analyze that is the dairy industry growing in Karnataka. right? So I will have a question that based on, what has been the, milk production estimate in Karnataka. So let's just ask, what is the milk estimate? And
Production estimate.
yeah,
Consumption.
No, production,
production,
not consumption.
5 years.
Yeah. My God, so much.
So to summarize,
Hmm.
it says, I don't know,
Hmm.
go to all these websites
Okay.
and figure it out.
Hmm.
So now my question to everyone will be that if now it's okay, ChatGPT has suggested that these are the websites where these are the probable websites where you can get the information.
Hmm.
So what effort, what time will it take to get all this information? So I have a very simple
It will
question.
take 2 days.
2 days. So let's invest 2 days then. I will just copy that question. This is AgriGPT. This is not ChatGPT.
Hmm.
I will put it here and I'll ask the question. Yes. So you have the answer. You don't have to open it.
Please.
Oh, will it?
So how do you do that? You probably understand what kind of questions people may ask, and then download everything in this there so that it can fetch.
So it's actually about how you store the information, how you format that information, and how you compute that information. Everything is there, which we have to train the system. Like ChatGPT is also based on the model called LLM. Yes, large language model. AgriGPT is also on large language model. But here,
And LLM is open source?
yes. But we have like Google, like ChatGPT, AgriGPT will also crawl, and gather information. But gathering information does not complete the job, right? It will also then clean the information and keep it in a format so that, see, now I asked a question, it has also responded quickly, right? It has responded within 5 seconds. So there's a way where how we keep the information.
So suppose, could be a possibility that we just go in
Yes.
and we don't find any information. Correct. Possible.
Yes.
So whether the system would pick up some of the questions so I asked, and therefore I need to go and fetch that information if more and more people they ask the same question.
Absolutely. That's where we will integrate it. Like right now, AgriGPT vision is to integrate all the agri commodity, but currently we are only focusing on dairy. So if you go and ask on maybe soya bean or rice or wheat, the system, I don't know, right? Because we have not integrated it, but tomorrow it will. And the second thing, what you ask is every question that a user is asking, the system keeps a feedback. Okay. Like what it was able to answer, what it was not able to answer. But see, the prompt is very open. You can ask who is Donald Duck. So AgriGPT has no relation with Donald Duck.
But if 1,000 people they ask who is Donald Duck, then probably AgriGPT should then look for
It should, but that will compromise the vision of AgriGPT.
Can I ask one question? Since it is in the dairy, can I ask one question? So Srija milk produces company.
I mean, it may not be integrated.
It's not integrated.
Not integrated.
Okay, it has to be integrated.
But it's a KMF.
KMF.
Yeah. No, nothing related to dairy is currently integrated.
Not for
Okay.
Okay.
What is that on the dairy sector now? What is that?
So that's what the use case was. If I want to set up a plant in Karnataka.
Okay, with regard to that.
Yes, you can look into anywhere in India. That information we have. That what will be, what are the estimates? What are the milk? It will also give you a prediction. that what will be the estimate in 2024.
Okay, estimated production, consumption pattern.
Absolutely.
And also, can it give us the prices?
We will come to that also.
Okay,
That's most important.
So price, so basically AgriGPT's primary vision is to solve price discovery and market discovery. So currently I'm working on, this prompt is on market discovery, but then I know the market now. I can go and build a product. I mean, setting up a plant is not a challenge. Where my use case study is taking you to, is that plant sustainable for years, 5 years, 10 years, right? So that is something which we will see evolve, and we will figure out, okay, it's sustainable or it's not sustainable.
And if I ask a simple question, what vegetables can be grown in Bangalore?
It can, but not now.
not now.
So he's saying he's developing for dairy now. And
AgriGPT.
What vegetables can be grown in?
What vegetables can be grown in Bangalore? Simple question.
It was
Suppose if I'm an entrepreneur, I wish to know what's the market. No.
So I think that information is not available with the.
For example, dairy.
Yeah, I mean,
What's the
I'll give you vegetables. No, it has gone to the extent of saying Murli's farm, what can be grown? That information is available. Yeah, it is available.
So, once the system is launched, you will have access to all those information. You'll be able to query it.
So typically, I'm just building on this use case that we just now saw. Say I'm a distributor of FMCG products.
Yes.
Okay. So I can say, look at the data and tell me the sales of a brand of toothpaste in Bangalore city, the last 6 months, what it has been. That's company internal data. But I'm the head of the organization who want to query the sales data that's being generated and put in.
Yeah.
Can I use the GPT customized to my company,
Absolutely.
to my sales performance that way?
You can have your private GPT. That is what you can also do. You can have a private GPT, so that's not like what even Mr. Satya asked.
but why should I go for when I have got a Power BI and everything is given here?
Now, if you see, there are several market intelligence.
Internal data.
Power BI is like one way of getting the information, where you have to go through the entire report, or the way maybe dashboard been designed for you. But it may not be very suitable. Now, if I join in, it may not be the same design. I may not be able to relate to it. Right. And second is how faster you have Power BI, you will have. That's when I've been asking the question. If you write an email, how much effort it will take? If you have to go through Power BI to get your own analysis and answer, how much effort will it take? But you have, when you started working on that, you had your question in mind initially. And then you started working on that Power BI or whatever that report. And then you have, okay, now I have got my answer. Now, rather than that question which you had initially on your mind, you can quickly query it and you can generate the information. That is where you save time.
So you're saying the people at a brand manager level probably will use it, but as you go higher up, they will still would like to have information which is more standard and not spending time in query and all.
So now that is where I will also demonstrate to you on AgriGPT. For example, you're looking for you don't want to read out this information and quickly want in a graph format.
Exactly.
Let's try to do that then.
GPT is your baby.
Yeah.
What are all there in the AgriGPT now?
It just is a neural network for it to analyze language and generate language out of that. The sectoral data, the company data, the personal data, you feed it in and train it to use that.
Okay.
This is a creative process vested into the GPT.
So I just want to understand what kind of dairy data which you think that will be there in public domain, which people can access. Production data.
So several information, production data, trade information.
Brands that are present.
Import data.
Brands.
Import,
Export, we can export. And regulatory
policies, market price.
only India or global. Let's
global also.
Today, the dairy products we can export to
Europe, exactly. So the vision again remains for our AgriGPT is to integrate the global level information. So now getting into or like, Europe, they send their product to Middle East, India, they send their product to Middle East. But when the price, we have to understand the price. We have to take that at what price we have to take a position, and we have to take a position. I have a specific use case on that.
All that would actually mean a lot of data, isn't it? Whatever country level, global level data.
Yeah.
So it is
Then the cost also. They cost, isn't it? Data also costs.
It's intelligence is very costly, right?
Yeah.
You come up with
Some
20
things are
years
already
experience,
free.
you're more costly than someone with 2 years of experience.
I just want to understand that who is taking the maximum benefit out of this AgriGPT? The farmers or this startup or somebody who's setting up industry or the people who are running and want to understand what's happening?
Correct.
AgriGPT is a market intelligence tool designed for the decision makers. So top level CXOs, entrepreneurs, they will have much better benefit out of it.
Welcome. Tomorrow.
So now if I go and look into Karnataka, right, let's go deeper. Why Karnataka? Right. So I want to now I can see, okay, the milk production estimate till 2021, 2022, information what is there in public domain is it looks healthy. Now let me first predict for 2024. That is what information is not there in public domain. The system will predict.
In Karnataka or in?
We can predict anywhere, and my use case is Karnataka.
Okay.
Can you predict milk? Before.
24 means how it takes? It takes the financial year or it takes the Jan
It
to
always takes the financial year.
financial year?
So this is a continuous question, is it? Because you have not dictated the earlier question. What is the milk production estimate trend in Karnataka?
It came, is it?
Yeah, that is there.
No, Indian Dairy.
What did I miss?
What is the milk production, that part what you gave in the beginning that you have not deleted?
You added to that. Yeah, I copied it so that I don't have to type again.
Is that a continuous question?
Not really. We can quickly shift from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu.
No. See, in the question that you typed.
Yeah.
What is the milk production you gave?
Yeah.
And then now you give estimate, right? So did you want to give both the questions or you wanted to just give the second part?
Oh, I may have. Okay, I may have.
Okay.
But I just copied it and out of.
Okay, the answer it gave.
It's come actually.
So it's come just 1 second. So ma'am, to answer your question, I could have asked, can you predict milk production estimate in 2024? But it's my prompt mistake that I also added the first question. So that without that also system will answer. It says that it should be somewhere around 15,500 metric tons.
15,500 metric tons.
So that's part of building that more.
Yeah.
That's part
And
of
how many years of data it has considered to do the trend analysis and then?
Different data are like we have data that trend since 2005 also.
Is it trend analysis? It means?
Yes.
It will do a regression. Yes,
Okay.
So let's get into deeper to Karnataka now. And I said, okay, I see, okay, Karnataka is growing healthy in dairy, but which area? Where should I set up my plant?
Okay.
So I can ask, okay.
I want to establish a dairy unit.
Yeah, so I will ask, so rather than getting into big question, I will go, small questions so we can see the output clearly. So I think one of the place where I would love to have my dairy setup is where there is prominent cattle herd, right?
instead of Karnataka, can we write down, it's more of a bordering area of between Tamil Nadu, AP and Karnataka.
So I can ask that question also, that
First, if I want to set up an industry, I probably would like to look at
outskirts of the.
bordering area also, not
rather than
necessarily.
the-
I should not limit myself. If I get something which is 150 kilometers from here, which is still in Andhra Pradesh, I may still go there and set up.
absolutely. Karnataka,
And Andhra Pradesh. And Andhra Pradesh. Can you also do that, her 200-kilometer radius of Bangalore?
currently it will not have that.
Because if you have that, it's going to have a better decision, because when we decide something, we actually put the radius.
Absolutely.
Because we need to look at my supply chain cost.
Absolutely.
Supply chain cost.
We can try that question for sure.
You understand?
Yeah,
Supply
yeah.
chain, because 5, it could be different parts of Andhra Pradesh and all.
Absolutely.
But what I said that I'm sitting in Bangalore, but I would like to see 200-kilometer radius of Bangalore, where all, and then you decide where I should have my factory and from where I can really source.
Absolutely.
Because
And then,
it's a
and then
Bangalore-
demand, it's a demand and supply. Because when it comes to dairy, it's a very highly, perishable, transport intensive and all the stuff.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't travel a lot.
Bangalore is a consumption market. So there may be there may be a 200-kilometer a day, there may be a production
Yeah, 250.
happening. 200
Today,
kilometers.
if you really look at,
Where I should have that the processing unit,
yeah.
considering the perishability of the.
If you really look at today, Erode is one market. The milk
Yeah.
mist comes already from Erode, which is
Correct.
not very far, 250. And you've got another 250 kilometers, which is that on the way to Tirupati, Chittoor.
Chittoor.
On the way to Chittoor, even before Chittoor. So that's the belt that we have.
Yeah.
And how system can help us say that, okay,
The vision of this product is to not to integrate that, but also look at sustainability and two other factors also. One is water availability, right? What is the water availability of different areas, and then also real estate development, right? So we've been integrating different segments to give an answer on a particular agri product. Like there's very minimal water availability, it also becomes very difficult for the dairy. But reason being, then
The fodder,
the
availability of the fodder.
will not be there.
Correct.
And if there is no intervention of new fodder types like silage, right? Then that area is not likely to grow. But you have already set up a plant for next 5 years, 10 years.
louder.
Okay. So you have already set up a plant for next 5-year, 10-year vision. But end of the day, that area is not growing the way it should have been. So then you will have to procure it from the other areas, where it will increase your
Supply
logistic
chain cost, yeah.
Your entire procurement cost, something will go up.
so the point which I was making is that more about I want to set up something.
Yeah.
First, we really look at demand market, because that's where I need to earn my money. When I really look at demand market, then we look at where is going to be my supply market.
Absolutely.
Correct. So that is what I'm exactly talking about what you are saying. To do a supply market, I want to check where 200-kilometer radius or 300-kilometer radius of Bangalore, if Bangalore becomes my demand market, where I already have supply.
Sure. So I will give you a use case similarly on we have integrated the trade information. I will give you an information on the demand market with respect to trade, right? So that you can see and relate that how the system generates the information. So, but before going there, it has given different areas.
What is that? It's different areas.
Belgaum, Tanjavur,
1 minute.
Prakasham.
Belgaum,
Tanjavur and Prakasham.
Tamil Nadu, Tanjavur,
Prakasham.
Pradesh, Prakasham. Okay, there are so many cows, so many buffaloes.
So all buffaloes and cows, these are counted, huh?
Yeah, there is a census that animal census that the veterinary department would do.
and they do it every
So that's the data they have taken.
Okay.
How do you know out of that, up to 11 years is what probably they will,
They will put
will be productive.
So there are,
Milk channels, they will have data.
plus there are different sensors also. So based on that, we have built a prediction technique to come up also that what will be the cattle herd in 2024 also. Like last census was in 19. So we can get a prediction on 24 also. So I can also, change this question and ask them what is the milk availability in this area
Instead of cattle. Yeah.
instead of cattle, because cattle will not help. Cattle actually go and
Correct. It can go for the
so
lean period, the dry period and other things. Yeah.
just getting back to Karnataka only. Thought that this is a choice experiment and our system responds to it now.
Okay.
Processing.
What it mentions on top is the source, is it? That India Dairy?
It gives you an analogy that what it will do to identify the numbers.
The saying Hassan and Belgaum, these are the two places where cattle population.
Yeah.
However, for precise calculation of milk availability in the 5 administrative areas of Karnataka, we need to compile and analyze the total dairy cattle population data, specifically for cows, buffaloes across. So what kind of accuracy can you arrive at with this?
So see, with my experience working on intelligence, the system has a pretty good accuracy on most of the queries. But on some queries like here, my expectation would have been that it would have come up with the numbers.
Yes.
Right, which it hasn't. And the same query, before if I can also scroll up a bit, it had an answer to it.
Yeah. Why it is so?
The system has not been launched. It's still going through a lot of QA phase.
Okay.
So
it's a testing phase.
yes. See, it says that the predicted average daily yield in Ankur based on this is this much, 1293 tons per day. So now, now I have done initial market research. I know which district I can set up. I can ask more queries, but with respect to time, I want to say I now want to set up a skim milk powder plant so that I can show you that how we can also get into global demand market.
Spelling is up.
Yeah, I will create business.
So that is a surplus of liquid milk, so which can make into a skim milk powder.
But also you need to know the ghee market. Right?
Yes.
Wherever SMP is there, you need to know the
Yes, that's also
these are the two products.
both are the two byproducts.
So currently we're setting up where we'll more focus on the procurement side, and then we'll also look into the global demand.
Okay, what is the answer for this and where
Let's see what it responds.
Yeah, it's still yet to give response.
Being the new generation person, I really want this to be faster.
The only thing is that there's a lot of data background that is getting processed. There's a lot of numbers which is getting processed, and that's why it takes 10-15 seconds to respond.
So in the manner of storing the data, if you make it more amenable to the query, it will be a faster response.
Yeah.
If the data has not been stored in the
indexing
in a certain format.
Indexing you are talking
Hassan, Tumkur, Mandya, Chitradurga,
So that is for the previous question.
Previous question.
Now,
So now it has
It's
come up
coming
with
up.
some
Whole business plan.
whole business plan.
What is it? Executive summary?
But it is not still given
creating a business for
Yes.
any particular
Numbers.
numbers.
Okay.
He's saying you need to really look at all these things.
Yeah. But then you can use this to actually redefine your queries on each and every aspect. So now you can create your project plan based on this, like how we did, if you can see here on the branding, or a distribution channel, then we can ask a specific question. And then that's how system can also respond. Now, getting back, see, now with this, I have created a skim milk powder plant. Now I want to actually go and export it. Right. So I will go and look into the demand market now. So this is also AgriGPT. This is an trade assistant. Let me ask, what is the skim milk powder
Export potential.
trend?
if you give it in general.
Yeah.
Does it give from all the states or pertaining to?
Yes. So as I said, initially, it's all about how we prompt. Or for all the generative AI, it's also depends on how we prompt. So if you want to set up a plant across India, that is not something which we wish for. So if we have like what Ankur said, like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka, the system will be able to work more on these areas to generate information.
But here, when we really look at export trend, we will only look at from, we can get data only from port basis, not the state ones, correct?
No, not the state.
Only from the port from where the export is.
Absolutely.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Because
Mhm.
because from there, you actually, the data is uploaded. No?
Correct.
So now if you see, it gives an information that how the export market was in 2023. And then I can go and also ask that which countries are buying.
Yeah.
So that I know that, okay, where I should go and have my business development.
Sometimes we sell it to Russia also and Africa.
Sri Lanka, Bangladesh.
so basically those who have access to more reliable data,
Yeah.
and who are intelligent enough to ask an intelligent question to the intelligent system are going to be in the future.
So also it will become more prominent that with time, then the systems get smarter. As we tried and start asking the business strategy, and it come up with a very theoretical response. But when the system gets smarter, it will actually able to give you all those information which here this committee asked. Okay, where should be my market? It should be in the 200 kilometers of Bangalore. Where should I set up it? So everything what system will be able to provide.
New skill sets for all of us to learn.
I mean, very generic, if I say the one, there is authentic data which is required. Second is the analysis and presentation part to your questions. That is the second thing.
Yeah.
What's been the answer?
So it has responded with all the countries who are buying skim milk powder in this area. So this is how it defines our market. This is based on the last 5 years.
Okay.
I can also ask, provide the information with quantity and maybe price per ton.
Yeah.
I kept a very raw prompt this time. I did not ask import of skim milk powder, but based on the previous question, it will understand that this is what I'm asking, and hopefully it should respond.
So the system, it does not find any specific, then it tries to go to the previous question and tries to pick up something from there.
Yes.
Relation to what?
Yes.
That so it tries to understand.
So this is something called thread. The way you are asking, it's like
Thread.
So if there are two instances, your account and my account, we are asking questions. The system also understands what kind of questions you are asking. So it tries to answer based on that. So more and more you engage with the system will respond.
So tomorrow, only through system will communicate, and system will understand the thread,
It could get biased by the thread of questioning.
Yes, it will, because it will also understand that the user persona.
605,000 so much tons, 600,000 tons to ton.
Now, exactly, where is this data coming from?
This data is there
Coming
on
from coming from FIO,
BGIC.
This all data is what is public domain available.
BGFT.
DGFT. If you go to DGFT site, you exactly know which all you imported, which all you export, which country you exported, what quantity, even up to supplier name or where it is going. So that level you can access the data.
Correct.
Public domain.
Yeah.
I think
so. This is what very first phase of AgriGPT is. It's still in a building phase, but I wanted to demonstrate to you that integrating generative AI with agriculture sector is what we can do. So sitting here, we have done a prima facie research that where I should set a skim milk powder plant and where I should sell it. So that is from my side. Now, what do you guys for all the questions? I'll be happy to answer.
My first question, do I need to be techie to train the GPT and what should I say, query it?
So
Do I need to relearn?
my question is that till now I did all the keyboard typing. Is that a techie thing?
No.
Then you are ready, sir.
Okay, I don't need to learn any software coding is what you're saying.
No, not at all.
Let's say I'm a toothpaste manufacturer and I want to create a GPT specific to oral health care in Karnataka state, and I have some data, access to whatever trade sources and so on. So I can set up a system just to understand what's happening around here, query it only for personal use, where my data and my system that I built is not accessible to competitors.
Not at all accessible to competitors.
It's not accessible to them at all.
Okay. Unless you find a provision to give an access, like we are giving a provision to give an access of AgriGPT. So you will have to create that. Only thing is that more and more your informations are large. It need to be kept in a very structured way. That is where you will require help of you consultant supporters to keep your information. Okay, but no technical things required, no coding skills required to achieve that.
any question?
I think somebody wants
From the audience.
No, the Satya is still, he has not lowered his hand. He's still, other than Satya, anyone is there? You would like to ask question?
Anybody wants to ask any question, please?
Yeah, I have a small question. Mr. Anil, thank you so much. Undoubtedly, ChatGPT is a great product. It's a future, definitely. But I have one question I read somewhere. Is it true? Please tell me. We are social concerned, environmental concerned as well. The question is, every query what we do in ChatGPT consumes 1 liter of water. That's what I heard, to cool down the servers. It has a lot of servers. To cool down the servers, it consumes. Is it true?
We should ask that question to ChatGPT, I think.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Satya, I can take that question as a feedback. I will not have answer on what is the water consumption by ChatGPT. But I am sure that I'll do a homework and will respond.
Thank you, Mr. Anil.
Okay.
But to answer that, see, basically we all have used computers, right? And it actually generates heat. You've touched my laptop now, it's actually generating heat. So where Mr. Satya is leading to, when there are bigger servers and is continuously processing, obviously need to be cooled down, right? There are few Microsoft servers which are actually under the ocean.
Oh.
So that see, the cost of installation were massive, but if you look at it from the cost of maintenance side, like for a massive server, you need a lot of cooling, you need a lot of air conditioning and everything. So now Microsoft has done it reverse, that they have invested on while installing, because keeping a server under the ocean is not an easy job. So that is something which they have done. Now, what exactly OpenAI servers are doing, I will not have an idea, but yes, for cool down, things are required and there are different methodologies.
India will put one on the southern pole of moon. It's going to be very cold out there, not going to harm the ocean.
Good. Anybody else has got anything to ask from the audience, please?
So there is one more person.
Yeah.
Dr. Sabas.
Rao sir.
Dr.
Mohite. Yeah.
Please.
Yes, Dr. Mohite. Come on.
Please unmute.
Okay, hello. Yeah. Sir, it's very interesting that you have been developing this Agri ChatGPT. Are there similar apps or similar software which is already in the market? And are there going to be n number of such softwares that are going to be in the marketplace? And depending on the accuracy or depending on the efficiency of these products, there will be competition and the prices can be lower or can be very high also, depending on the source of data. So data source is going to be very important in this. Second thing is this Agri ChatGPT, every industry or every institution will be having their own AgriGPT, which will have a specific use or which will fetch some revenue for these people who have developed this in the coming years.
Okay, so there are multiple questions. I will try to structure it with the first question which you asked: are there other GPTs in the market? To state that even currently AgriGPT is not also into the market. We are developing it, and this is the first podium where I have demonstrated, a first instance of what GPT can do. And while discussing these kind of AgriGPT model, our organization will also engage in building several GPTs for other users with their own intent of having it, private or public. It totally depends on the users how they want to do it. So that was your question on are there any other GPTs? So not currently. The ChatGPT which they have, and there are other generative AI tools as well by Microsoft, by Google as well. But we are one of the first in the agriculture sector, and while the AgriGPT is a tool for the agriculture sector, but the organization is not only limited to the agriculture sector, even on the FMCG side. So there will be several more GPTs coming in immediately.
Maybe horticulture, maybe spices.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So AgriGPT is developed on ChatGPT platform.
It's called, sir, LLM. It's on large language model. It takes few models from GPT-4 as well, and few from Copilot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can see.
Yeah. Mr. Anil, thanks for introducing us to this. Though we heard about ChatGPT, I think AgriGPT was something new. And then what we looked for is more the potential it has in future. And looking at whatever you mentioned, I personally believe that there's a lot of opportunities. Even within dairy sector, I think the subsectors, each one of them would be a different business by itself, every other sector. Thank you very much. I think you gave us an introduction of AI and then also about the ChatGPT. I think immediately we should start our own GPTs and then train the GPTs. That is what we have done today. Yeah, we'll hope to look forward to commercialization or at least the launch of this so that we can really see the benefit to the entire sector. That is what we see. BCIC will be definitely open to working with companies like yours. All of us are there. Definitely, I think we should take such things forward. Thank you very much for your inputs, and thanks to all of the members here sitting here who had very valid questions, brought out more information than even the all the participants, especially Mr. Satya, had a lot of pertinent questions. Thank you all. Yeah, I think that is it. I believe this is a starting point for AgriGPT, and from here we grow. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think already Mr. Prakash has said thanks to everybody. I think there's no need of giving any vote of thanks, but as a part, I think agenda is there.
No, he said thanks for people asking questions.
Okay, I have to say a vote of thanks now. Okay, I'm glad that Mr. Anil Mishraji has given an excellent demonstration of AgriGPT and chat. I think it is a wonderful session. I think I personally felt that it is a good learning for me. I think had I not come here, I would have missed today. So thank you so much, Anil Mishraji. It was an excellent session. Thanks to our chairman of Agro and Food Processing Committee, Ankur, Bhaumik, for giving a context. Thank you, Jagadeesh Sunkad, for the excellent introduction of Mr. Anil Mishraji. Thank you, Mr. Prakash Rao, for the summing up of with a few words you said this thing. Thanks to all the audience. I think you have taken your own time, and I think in the order of the hour, 4 to 5:30 you are there. I think thank you so much for your feedback, and we hope you people will join us for such events in future, whether it's in presence or in the virtual mode. Thank you, Rajeshri and Preeti, and all the secretariat for supporting us. If I have missed anybody, please. For them also, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Nakshatri.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Timapa, the Srija Dairy, and thank you, Satya. Thank you, everybody. All the others. Yeah, please.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we are waiting for you also. It is here, and any one of you want to eat.
Invitation next time, please come
Please
here.
come here. You can take.
It was shown like that.
Yes.
That was a attempt.
That's why we didn't eat so far.
You can log out.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Thank you so much.
And,
Thanks a lot.